everyone, and welcome to Arcane Focus D&D for Trials of VinTear, episode 42. I'm Mike, your DM, and joined by my amazing players. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
We have Amber.
Hey.
We have Crash.
Hello.
Nick.
Hi there.
Titan.
Howdy.
And Steve.
42 is the midlife crisis, right?
Yeah.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Halfway.
Maybe.
Halfway. Maybe.
We're at the answer to the universe. We've made it.
Yeah.
Oh, we are. We did.
But
we
what's
made
the
it.
question?
Well, if you don't know, and you should know now, that this is a pre-recorded episode, so if you're watching this on Twitch, we're not actually live. Well, we are technically live. We're just not watching, chat, and engaging with you live. So join us on YouTube, because that's where all of our VODs live. You can also join us tomorrow for Short Rest, which is a nice little, we condensed this actual episode in a little, 5-minute, 10-minute podcast where we just talk about what we just did. And you got kind of all the experience in that amount of time. We mentioned this last session, but we are currently changing role here, mainly because congratulations to Steve and Temple from last week. Congratulations on the new addition to the family. Because that is the case, Steve, you're also going to have the same experience that Temple had for the ad read.
We're gonna this moment.
We're going to do another choose your own adventure.
Oh, God.
So we're going to get started as the music starts to swell. We see a scene of plumes of dust amongst a sort of a rocky plains outcropping. A plume of dust kicks up as a silhouette behind it starts to walk forward. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, da, 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 as a face walks in, brown leather capped jacket with tanned adventuring shirt and boots. The icon, the so iconic fedora of Alabama Smith, mild-mannered high school history teacher by day, dashing adventurer by night. As you see the lost long temple of the Circle of Ancients. Alabama, or Bama as they call you for short. You are actually walking in with your helper, Shorter Round, a nondescript miner who should not be on this adventure at all. Why is he here? Speaks up and goes, Mr. Smith, how do we go inside? Do you A, go through the front door, or B, blow up the side of the wall?
What was his name? Short Round?
Shorter Round. No,
Shorter
not
Round.
Short Round.
Oh,
Shorter Round.
I see now. Well, Shorter Round, quite simple. First, we check for traps.
You got it, Mr. Smith. Grabs a stick and a rock and just starts chucking it at the open door.
That's the spirit.
Grabs one of the sticks, throws it. It hits something like that, like it lodges itself. One of the actual pressure plates just, and you see ejecting out from either sides are just a barrage of arrows.
Told you.
Wow. Bama Smith, you're so smart. What do we do now? Do we go through the front door now that we've triggered the trap? Is it done?
Elementary. My dear Shorter Round.
I'm like Watson, which is already public domain, and I can make reference to it.
Well, we could go the traditional, stealthy, sleuthy route.
What's the Bama way?
Hidden in the shadows.
Uh-huh.
Or we can do something that they will never expect. Shorter Round, bust down that wall.
You got it, Mr. Smith. Don't worry, we can hear this. Nothing. Licensing problems, not a problem. placing the
Only 30
dynamite.
seconds.
For everyone else who's
Cut that.
watching the thing here, the pre-recorded, we may be listening to some adventuring music that we can't actually play.
Okay.
You light dynamite. A bunch of scorpions start to eject out of the sort of that gap within the hole or within the wall as they start to scatter around. Some of them catching on fire. Oh, Bama, scorpions. Why did it have to be scorpions?
It's always scorpions.
You wait for them to clear off as you walk in. Short around right behind you. You walk into this large circular-like room where there are art on the side depicting community coming together, places for art and storytelling, and sitting on a platform is the mystical hex circle. Do you grab it, this legendary artifact, or do you tell Short Around to go get it?
I would like to roll a charisma save.
This is a
To see
choose your own
if
adventure.
I'm choosing my adventure. I'm going to be seduced by the wonder and charm, and I'm going to go for it.
You start to walk up, sort of wiping whatever's on your mouth. Do you like grab like a piece of not sand, grass, dirt, something equivalent to sand that can be measured? A bag of rice.
There's just rice down here.
Uh-huh. You pull out of your satchel a bag of rice that you always have just in case for meals.
Indeed.
The entire room starts to shake as you grab the artifact. Short Around, we gotta get out of here, Bama! As you start to rush out
now.
as a large D20. Not a boulder. Can't do that. Start to move forward, exiting out as you hold the mystical hex circle and what it all signifies, which is the all-in-one platform for TTRPGs designed to make games flow smoothly for both players and GMs alike. A single hub where groups can meet and GMs can craft their worlds with innovative building tools and integrated VTTs, requiring no extra accounts to jump in. Plus, it offers monetary options for GMs so that they can be recognized for their time and effort. Please join the Arcane Circle Discord for further information. And I think, honestly, by the time this video comes out, beta's out at this point. We might be also close to launch. This one's getting pushed ahead.
Somewhere.
This is getting pushed a lot. This is my company. It's called Arcane Circles. Go join. You can play D&D and make money, and you can have all the tools you need because we want to build it. It's by a GM and GMs for GMs and players. So, yeah.
Yes, the ad reads will carry over to Arcane Circle too, so I apologize in advance.
Good job, Bama Jones, Alabama. This all belongs in a Smithsonian.
No, Short Around. This belongs to the people.
And then the actual text starts to zoom in, and then we see the credits.
Da, 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 da. Da, da, da.
Oh no, it is off key.
Exactly.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Are you guys ready for a quick recap?
Yes.
The battle continues with some hiccups as Arrow rushes to Mask's aid. Heavy swings of the Harvester while Mask shifts their forms. No spell components required, yet still able to control the battlefield with their magic. Legati continues to rock the battlefield while also hiding the wooden automaton with a rope trick spell. Morse smashing his way through the metal automatons and these assassins, while Phoenix, upon a roof, headbutts, tosses fire, and dispatching as many as she could. While finally, Diva, enlarged, enraged, filled with manic, animalistic ferocity, slashes through these assassins and eventually cutting through Morse, knocking her senses back. As the fight ends, we learn from Alpha, this wooden automaton, this dictation bot, that it escaped the clutches of Dr. Scheindrofer, a construct engineer. We also learn of his cohorts and their involvement with the gas attacks that we've been seeing within the kingdom. Alpha leaves to Outslock, leaving our heroes to race to the Bits and Bobs, the antique shop owned by Legati's contact, Corey Bigglebob, with one of the Dragonborn assassins on tow, as well as a full metal assassin on the other shoulder. However, for Diva, recognizing that the ritual and connection and gift that she's been giving, whatever's been happening, the fact that there are now two of her station is causing a problem and a rift, and she's been experiencing these violent changes and these sort of tendencies a lot faster and a lot more frequently than she was expecting. And out of either fear or concern for her party, she departed to her home in the Halo-tipped jungle in hopes to understand, maybe control this change. Within the Bits and Bobs, looking out of the entrance of the shop, standing on a visible edge of a neighboring rooftop, we see the now warped werewolf version of Diva howling as her howl can be echoed across Everloom as she jumps onto another neighboring rooftop, making her way out of the city. The door closes as the small form of Corey Bigglebobs kind of closes the door. Goodness me, Moxton. Birds of a feather, I suppose?
Everybody has their own challenges that they need to sort through. Diva will be fine, I'm sure. Trust her to know what's best for her situation.
Of course. Hello, pleasure to meet you all. I know we've had a brief introduction during the festival. Call me Corey, Bigglebobs, either one is fine. I am the proprietor of the Bits and Bobs. You are looking around, and it's a fairly quaint-looking antique shop, not as large as the Grip back in Outslock. It's a lot more cleaner. It's not like things tied to walls and ceilings. It's a lot more organized. It almost looks like this guy has like a Dewey Decimal System of like where things belong. Everything's been very much labeled. And you're seeing like old statues and boxes and paper that's been sort of wrapped and sort of protected from the elements and air, just on display. Glass casings everywhere. He looks to you, Legati, and goes, "Oh, Mr. Moxon, I must show you the latest haul that I got from the Unity traders. I'm still trying to figure out their accuracy to see if they are, as they say, if they are truly of something of old origin." And then looks towards the study where the Dragonborn and the deactivated automaton lay on the study, as well as like a bunch of paperwork underneath it that's been scattered. Should we talk later? Should I be here for this? Whatever this is. This is
your home. I would defer to you. You can be wherever you choose to be, but we probably, yes, should deal with this situation first. And then, yes, you and I have lots of information to exchange.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, feel free to stay if you're curious. I'm looking around, like, which of us is the best at, like, interrogating or asking questions? Like, somebody want to take the lead with those?
Oh, Moors. I mean, I can tell somewhat, but he's got the hammer.
Yeah, Arrow's eyes also slide over to Morris.
We can save the person, but if I can't save the person, I have to leave them alone. But I can't leave them alone.
Oh, I
because
forgot
have to
we
save
broke
them.
him.
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder.
It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe not more.
Make it make sense.
I'm gonna go upstairs now.
All right.
Yeah, plausible
talk to you in a bit.
deniability is definitely a good virtue
Sure,
to have
sure. If
today.
anybody asks, we forced our way in and all that.
I don't know anything that's happening down here. And starts to walk upstairs.
Legati very gently tips over a chair, like sets it down on its side, so it looks like we roughed up the place a little bit, but it doesn't get damaged.
I'm gonna tap Moors on the shoulder and ask if he's okay.
But I'm the hero. I can't leave them alone because they need my protection. But if they don't want me to protect them, then I can't be the hero. But I'm the hero. But I can't be the hero, and I can't
Morris.
protect them. But I have to protect them.
But
Ask-
there's more than one them, Moors. And right now, while I completely see your confliction, you have 3 friends who you've been traveling with a long time, and myself, which I hope you view as a new friend. And we need your help right now because we've got to ask these guys some questions. And while I pride myself on talking, I think you are the gentleman really to take lead at this moment with that fine weapon of destruction you carry so elegantly. And I'm going to try and make Morse feel a little bit better about joining
Morse,
in and yeah.
Morse, do you look up at a mask when they start to talk to you? Quickly sort of shift your vision towards them. Morse's right eye, kind of like even covering a little bit of the eyebrow down, sort of like where the cheek is a dulled paper version. And as he closes his eyes and sort of like is sort of shifting in sort of this twitchy like moment, it almost reverts back to red skin.
I
can
let it
protect
roll.
all, but I can't protect one. I can't protect one, but I can protect them all. But I can't protect one.
You have a lot right now going on, I can tell. And sometimes the first person you need to protect is yourself. And I think that might be the situation right now, Moors. Do you like tea? Can we get some tea?
Didn't we just send him away? I mean, if you have a thing of water, I could probably heat it in my hand, but...
Kitchen's to the left. You're very loud. I can hear you.
Thank you!
I have moonshine if that'll work.
You mean you heard nothing?
Underneath the cabinet.
You heard nothing.
It's not moonshine, but it definitely will. It'll warm you up for nights. Don't use it all, please.
No, just a cup for the gentleman. Thank you.
Nighttime juice.
And I probably will make a round of tea and hand it out to everybody, being cautious of the host, not going overboard, but definitely one for Moors.
By the way, Nick, above table, what is that bright blue concoction?
Like honed in.
I mean, a little bit of blue curacao goes a long way, so it's just that.
So
it's just a little bit of that and a little bit of tequila.
Listen,
But it does look like I'm drinking Windex or something.
You can drink on stream. You just can't get drunk, so this is fine.
Yes.
You're telling me I could have made this monster darker? Damn.
Yep.
That's the thing, Cap. I'm always drunk.
That's a secret. But Mask, yeah, you're able to get to where the kitchen is, and it's a small kitchenette. Less of a kitchen, more of a kitchenette. So it just has all sort of a little like above cabinet, sort of or above like cabinet, like stove, like a little sort of a little like a cap lighter situation where you can sort of put like a little pot there. There is some fresh water you can sort of pull from a jar, just sort of pour it in, sort of make tea.
And I'm gonna keep an eye on Moors, and I'm also gonna ask what questions do we want to ask this Dragonborn when he wakes up to kind of get an idea of where we want to go before we necessarily just kick him and start asking questions?
So, yeah, we got a lot from Alpha the Construct guy. We got multiple names of people behind the robotically enhanced or cyborg, gas attacks or whatever. So really, I guess where those people could be found. I'm not going to try to pronounce all their names off the top here, but several doctors. Where might we find them? And they got any other imminent plans that this person knows that we should know about? That would probably cover it.
Above table, does Mask know about Jade Rich because of Savannah? Like,
Roll me a history check, Mask.
player-wise, most of us know from one campaign or one shot.
8.
I tried.
Yeah, I don't think you were part of that team. So Mask is unaware. You have a singular goal, and that is to find a suitable HQ. That was not your job, was to learn what they were trying to do, what the Ravenskiss was trying to do in Naduna.
Yeah, I feel that feels adequate. I also feel like if I knew anything, I wouldn't know that it was connected because, like, I feel like I'm the information person and they don't always tell me what they're doing with the information because that can be dangerous too. So, but I would finish up Moore's tea and I'd hand it over and I would say, I think this might be a moment to prove my worth to you a little bit more than necessary. I do think I have some decent intimidation and persuasion. I think maybe we should start with the carrot before the stick. But let's see if we can figure out where these doctors are and if there's any further plans.
Sounds like a plan.
And Moors, drink your tea and look intimidating.
Maybe finish your tea first and then look intimidating.
But I must protect all. But I can't protect one. But
Normally on ships, when people get this way,
but
you have to cut their contract and either put them on a
I can't.
city or maroon them.
But I'm the hero. But
He's turning into paper.
can't-
Is that normal
I
for
can't,
him?
But
Yes and no.
protect the one.
I was gonna say, did I witness that?
To protect
Oh,
all.
yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to be totally hidden.
When
Okay.
his hand turned to paper before too, I think we
We all
saw
noticed
that,
that
right?
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Heard.
I know it's not gonna, well, unless Mike tells me different. I know it's not gonna do anything mechanically, but Phoenix will just gently put her hand on Moore's and spend a key point for Physician's Touch, which is basically lesser restoration. Because she doesn't understand what kind of distress he's in. Like, if it's actual just distress or like something is very wrong. So you just kind of feel like a gentle warm and her eyes go blue for a second. And you just feel a warm hand on your shoulder.
I have to protect them all. But I can't protect the one. But I must. I must protect them all. Because of what started. Because of who is against us. Because of who came at us. And you could just start seeing rage being channeled inside of Moors as he, like, laser hones into our friendly little captive who's currently tied up. Gets off the chair, pulls out his hammer, and I think you guys know what's gonna happen next.
Are we gonna ask questions before we smash Morse?
I point. Ask away.
Are they conscious?
They are unconscious.
Either of them? One.
The
Okay.
automaton is fully destroyed,
Yeah.
but the Dragonborn is unconscious. I'll say no one needs to expend resources. It's a simple action to wake them up, if need be. I think the way that we described it is that they are currently on a table, on their back, hands bound. You tell me how you would like to situate this person. Mask.
I would like to sit them up, if possible, without waking them up, and throw like a pot of water in their face.
I don't wake them up.
Wait, the tea water? The one that's boiling?
No, not boiling.
Oh,
Not
okay.
boiling.
I was like, that's definitely
We're
not
not
the
there
carrot.
No,
It's definitely the stick.
you throw the pot of water, splashes against them. They don't react the way you think. It's just, and their eyes, you see sort of the reptilian-like slit eyes just open up. Have you done anything to the mouth?
Oh, shit.
I wouldn't have.
Little bit of like the broken glass that was on their neck that was amplifying their breath weapon, just like as it's breathing. Like the best example I can give, which is pretty gross, is heavy smokers that have like the hole in their neck. Like back in the day, like it's the same concept. Like there is something broken on the neck as they start to. You could sort of see like a little bit of the acid. Just...
I have a question. As I don't have any knowledge of medicine, although I am proficient in it, so I guess I must have something. I'm not a learned doctor, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But would I be able to tell that this is going to make this interrogation difficult?
Roll me medicine check.
That's my first medicine check. Look at that. Yeah, no, that's a no. That's a no. That's
yeah,
a
I mean,
no,
yeah,
no.
it's.
Get
It
'em out
doesn't look
now.
like they're in pain. Besides the fact they got knocked out and they've got heavy wounds, that's not going to change. So I think you're unsure if this is existing pain or new pain.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to, just for above the board, I rolled nat 1 on my medicine check. So I don't know if what this guy is experiencing is something that needs like a procedure to fix, or if simple healing magic could do the trick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expend a spell slot and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on this guy.
Okay.
And whether it fixes it or not, I have no clue.
The breakage in the neck does not go away. That seems like that is something that's been purposely done. And that does not get healed, but they do start to see like whatever you roll. I'm not going to say you need to roll like heavy to like in this moment, because if it truly comes down to it, they're going to go back down because there are 5 people surrounding this person. Yeah. Arrow's already got a harvester ready.
It's like,
No, I full send. I think I'm still like holding the harvester. I would like lean back against the back wall, like in
Yeah.
the shadow, like Grim Reaper style.
Oh, that's going to be
They're
such a
gonna heal
wild
11
vision.
points.
11 points.
damn, that's high. Who would heal the bad guy high?
Oh, you don't want to know what's coming next.
They start to struggle a little bit, and then they start to assess the surroundings.
Oh, go ahead. There's something I would like to do, but I'll let you go.
I would kind of move to the front of his vision and say, we want to ask a few questions. As you can see, we have you at the advantage. We'd like to do this nicely, but we can do it the hard way. And I kind of want to convince him to settle down and talk.
Okay, while you do that, DM, it's safe to say that I was able to see in our last battle these guys issuing commands to the robots and then having the robots teleport them out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think it wouldn't be... I mean, I'm not an artificer, so I don't know if this thing is fully, completely just broken and unable to function. It could still be operational. It just might not look like it. So I'm going to do something I probably should have done first. I'm going to take the broken automaton, and I'm gonna march it out of sight, out of earshot.
Okay. So you're removing it and shifting that out. As Mask, you sort of make this statement. He struggles a little bit. We're not here for you. He sort of breathes through the hole. As it does, like a little bit of splattering, a bit of acid just goes onto his scales. It doesn't burn him. It looks like, because it's his natured kind of effects, it doesn't really hurt him as much. We're here for you.
That's lovely. I'm here for you. You have some information about some doctors that I'm very curious about, and I just want to touch base with you about what you might know about these guys, because I think you might be associated.
You don't know anything. You need my information if you're interested.
Oh, friend. We do not need you.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Yeah, let's go. I'm super good at this. That's a flat 5.
Oh no! Can I give her?
I was going to say, can I have the help action, please?
Yeah, both you stand next to... I think it's one of those moments where, like, Arrow's standing back. You're too far away, so I think you have to step forward, and you're now sandwiched between Mask and Morse, and it's like, you're not just talking to me now.
I'm using a different die. I don't trust it.
That one's in jail.
That one's in timeout. Oh, that's much better. Okay, that's 17.
17. So starting to, like, shift eyes around.
Carrot, stick!
What do you even want?
Do you know where the good doctors are? I know I'm not from here, as you can probably tell, so I will murder the pronunciation. But there's about 3 doctors, I believe, one who's into DNA, one who's more into the automaton types, and I believe there's one into, like, chemicals. And I'm just wondering, do you know where they're at the moment?
You have business with the doctors?
I do indeed.
Who are you? Why do you want to know?
Morse
Go for it.
I'm asking the questions. As you can see, I have the advantage. My purposes and intents are my own.
Rolling persuasion check.
$17.
Doctors have small outposts. One near the... GM, why did you forget? No. I ruined the scene. Hold on.
We hear none of that.
One by the Lostmore Strip. I don't know where they stay. That's where we get orders.
Understandable. We all have those sorts of associates. Do you know if they have any more plans like this, or that gas that only attacked blonde people? I believe. Do you know of any more projects along those lines, or are you a little bit more segmented?
Doctors are trying to help those discarded. They said that
Discarded by who?
society looks over to the right arm. It looks painful. But it's sort of now complete. Of probably like right into the bicep. It's stopped flesh, and then it's continuation of sort of this archaic robotics. Just discarded, imperfect, made perfect. Doctors are trying to make us perfect. No one will ever be discarded again.
Wisdom
Growing
check.
pains. What was that?
Wisdom
Insight?
check.
Wisdom
Insight
check.
check.
Insight check. Got it.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm good at this game, right? Insight check. Yes. Thank you.
Can I help?
Ooh,
Because that's of
You
interest.
can,
to
roll, you can roll your own.
Uh,
if you like.
I don't think I'll need it. That'll be a 22.
17.
17. I think you start to glean that there's like a heavy emotion from this Dragonborn talking about those who are discarded being kind of promised to be perfect. I think you understand from this being that they believe the words that they're saying. And there is an eagerness, almost like in the terms of someone who has made the first few steps to completing a big project. They know there's still more to go. So they're saying we'll be made perfect. They don't see themselves as perfect. They see themselves on the road to perfection.
We're a lower level cult member. We've bought in. Now we're going to buy all the books.
He looks and goes, growing pains. Anything worth it requires sacrifice. It's all growing pains.
Yes, I agree that that is an attribute, especially in these sorts of societies. But I would ask you, I mean, I quite love imperfection, art, jazz, there's these things that where it really shines. Why would you want to erase that color?
Perfection doesn't mean the loss of individuality. We're all still different. Perfect in our own ways, but made it so that we will never be discarded.
I have this great book on self-help that you might really check out. And
We're getting put through the great change.
Oh, look at Legati at that.
I was gonna say, Arrow says out loud, that sounds right up your alley, Legati.
Well, yeah, I don't object to the things he is listing out. The issues we have are with the gassing and the attacking innocent people in the cities. I lean over. Have you opinions on that?
Part of the growing pains. Things need to be tested. Large sample sizes.
So what you're saying is that you're willing to discard the imperfect to reach perfection. And let me ask you a question. Your so-called perfection, by whose standards?
The great doctors.
Is that right? So, by that logic, wouldn't it be feasible to say, likely even, that to be perfect according to one individual's vision would mean that the loss of individuality would be a necessity? If your individuality does not fit this vision of perfection, then by definition, you are imperfect. Target for discarding.
our current state is due for an evolution. That is our new perfected state. We've been stagnant for far too many years. When we walked to Duna, we grew with the discovery of magic, the divine, and bloodlines. We haven't shifted since then.
There's no changing this guy's mind.
So did we get everything we needed from him, or should we continue to ask away?
We have a destination to head to when we want to ask further questions. Doesn't feel like we're going to get any more out of.
Well,
I have one more question. What is the final goal and timeline of this great change? Are we close to the end? Are we at the beginning? Where are we at?
Testings have already been done. Large samples have been perfected. Our due for evolution is nigh. It is soon.
Okay, I'm good.
Mors, will you or shall I?
I think it would fall upon me to do this duty.
Be my guest.
I originally was thinking about whipping out the mace and finally using that, but I think this calls for something a little bit more robust. So I'm gonna put the shield down because I'm gonna need to put the full weight behind this. As someone who protects the innocent, I can't stand idly by to watch you experiment, torture, and kill those who can't defend themselves. In your pursuit of perfection, you discard the imperfect, the very things that make us human, the very things that make us be. That in itself is a sin upon the gods. And because of that, I sentence you to death. What say you in your defense? And before he even has a chance to say anything,
tries to let
Yeah.
loose a breath weapon, and it just kind of seeps through as you.
he was never getting a chance. Consider that an act of retribution from the Oath of Vengeance Paladin.
That was a productive conversation. Is there blood everywhere?
I was about to say, do we have a way of cleaning up this mess for poor Mr. Bigglebob?
What's that sound down there?
I need a smoke.
There's
Nothing.
cleaning supplies. Yeah.
I will say that
let us
Phoenix
tidy
walked
up a
out of
few
the room
things.
before you did that, Morse.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She didn't want to see.
Just not to see the scene.
Well, no, she doesn't really care about the death part of it. It's just what he said bothered her, so she left.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, there definitely is things here that can clean. I think we're not going to make a full thing. I think, doesn't someone have prestidigitation too?
I have
Alrighty.
mending or mage hand. I don't have prestidigitation.
We're the
But I
stinky
can,
crew.
and
Oh,
shape
it's-
water. So I can splash some water and move
Yeah.
it around and
You're doing a
math,
to
full,
the
maybe?
table.
yeah,
I will-
bibbity bobbity
I will
boo
put in-
situation.
I'll put in my part to carry out the corpse and do what needs to be done to clean
Yeah,
up
throw it
inside.
outside and hopefully it just gets, they'll assume it was part of the big fight and
Put
somebody
into
else.
the alley.
That part's not interesting.
Question about our surroundings. Can you tell me more about what's outside the house? Are we like
You're in a shop.
small little forest somewhere? Are we in the town?
You're still in the town. more south of Everloom. And they're sort of like, it's not as tightly compact as Outlook, so there's not like these tight alleyways, but think of it like a standard kind of like a downtown LA situation where you can walk from one shop to the next and there is like an alleyway behind.
Lugatti, we need to figure out a way to get rid of this without anybody noticing. I don't want to bring any sort of trouble to our fellow patron here who has blessed us with his home. Any ideas?
I mean, I'll just look outside. I can't imagine the streets are too populated right now after the chaos of what happened.
Yeah, it's a lot of like guards going, "Go home. We need to investigate. Go home." People have these streets are a little bit more abandoned now.
I believe it would be fine to dump them out of sight. There's after what happened, there were bodies left all over. Guards will probably just assume it's one more attacker that was dealt with by someone.
Okay. Is there any idea about like how far the guards are from where we currently are?
I am going to say this. Yeah, I'm also going to say this much. We don't need to get that much into the weeds of things. The simple answer to your question is you can simply, because of the situation that's happened already, you could just dump the body if need be away from the bits and bobs. I'm not going to make it a whole check balance situation.
And I'll burn a spell to minor illusion it out the door, so it doesn't look like we're carrying a body out the door, and then let the minor illusion go once we get it to a alleyway.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Body disposed, cleaning up real quick. Head pokes from the top of the stairs. Is the mess all finished?
Yes. Please come down and thank you very much for your hospitality. That was important for us to be able to do, not just out in public.
It's exciting. Nothing's ever happened in my line of work of this. So, for the journal.
You said this is an antique shop, right?
Oh, yes. Bits and bobs. Small bits of history and account from across Seduna. I have old statues from the Wind family, from Nomad. We've also got bits and pieces from the old kings and queens of the Evergrey Empire.
I'm just gonna poke around, see if there's anything interesting, see how much history I can recognize and stuff like that. Just kind of occupying my thoughts.
I'm gonna take a look around as well. Maybe there's something into that catches my eye.
I think definitely, at least for you, Morris, like the concept of like old history of Mosted is here, like the Evergrey Empire prior to the domain and the kingdom being split. There's like old artifacts and iconography and designs and logos that are sort of situated here. It's like, wow, okay. And actually, that would also interest you, Mask. I think a lot of it's like, oh yeah, a lot of old stuff here from kind of an adopted home. It's good to see here. I think less so in terms of history, but more of story is something that you notice, Arrow, is that there are depictions of sea monsters that have been carved out of wood and stone that are kind of like affixed upon like a modeled ship. And like there's a placard and detailings about like, old stories of the Kraken and other like a Titanic sized oceanic creatures. Just old stories that you've heard throughout your time at sea. A lot of them fairy tales, old sailor stories to like make people scared, but it's cool to see an image depict of what is usually verbally described.
He is not going to touch it, but he is going to be assessing the craftsmanship of every piece that he finds interesting. And if he finds imperfections, it will drive him crazy for the rest of the day.
The ship is not made well.
It's fine. I'll just think about it forever.
Just remake it in your head.
I might remake it with something I have.
Mr. Moxon, tell me, it's been some time since I've actually seen you. How's your expeditions been going? You discovered anything interesting?
So much, so fruitful in so many ways. A great deal to tell you. Let's start with the particular reason I am here, and I'm like digging in my bag, and I pull out Teller's skull, and I set that on a table.
Interesting.
And then the chunk of weird changing metal that we retrieved from under the waterfall, set that on the table. I point to the skull and say, "This is Teller. He was a lighthouse keeper quite long ago. He is still present in some way, and I've been working with him in some fashion relating to my studies of the Salal, looking for the possibility of some sort of final death, perhaps, helping him in that fashion." And I point at the metal. This is an ore retrieved from, and I describe where we found that temple and everything, something he'd be interested in. Unfortunately, it was accidentally destroyed during our exit, but it was truly remarkable what we saw in there.
Looks at the skull, and there's, for those who have high insight, it's this vision or this look upon this this older figure who looks back at Legati and looks back to the skull, and there's an immediate acceptance, sort of connecting the two, going, okay, this guy's talking to a skull. I believe it. And there's an immediate acceptance of, like, doesn't even think twice. It takes like a second to go, yeah, all right, sounds good. Is definitely wide-eyed when you start to talk about, like, the ever-changing coppered metal, and goes, does it change now? How do you activate it? If not, I can take a look. I'm not sure if what you've already discovered so far.
Yeah, I mean, I would have told him like the basics. To access it, we had to we had to turn materials into different materials. I was guided by the voice of Teller, I believe, somewhat informed by being in tune with the Salal. But we've been pretty busy since we found the stuff, so we have not had a chance to do proper experiments with it.
Well, I'm not sleeping tonight, so this will be fun. Interesting.
Come to the right man. Yes.
Let's see. Excuse me, friend, and looks to you, Mask. There's a coffee grounds underneath. Do you mind pot of coffee for everyone? I'll be staying up late.
For sure, pot of coffee for everyone.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. Need someone strong. That one seems like he's talking a lot. And looks to you, Morris, who's currently like still going through the process. Goes to you, Phoenix.
I was going to say, Phoenix is probably in the kitchen sitting on the floor. She's not in this room.
I probably run into you then as I go to make coffee.
Can someone grab me a pot of water or something? Not for the coffee. We're going to
I just hand you a pot, man.
have an experiment. And starts to get the necessary equipment and it's odd equipment. It's like a pot, some water, some tea leaves. There is like these, like, it's not salt like rocks. They're like these different colored rocks that he's currently like putting on a table. He starts to go, old stories about Soren the Earth Titan. Something material. I have to go look through my notes. But if this is part of him, some ore offered to those stone singers, then if it is based in change and transmutation, I might be able to concoct something that can maybe meld and mold it. You mentioned it was something about it's got to be change and sound. Okay, I can work with that. See what we can find in the morning. I need to tell you about my discovery. You have such boundless information that you've given me so far. Has anyone here visited the imprint? No one? Anyone?
The
Okay.
what?
That's been on my list yet.
Yeah, the imprint. It is a crater that is found south of Helenate. It's My understanding is that it was caused due to some falling space rock years and years ago. Local legend say that it was the aftermath of a god descending from the outer planes that came down to settle VinTear into the ocean. Complete poppycock. Crazy. No god would drop from the sky. Now, I have a theory that these spacefaring travelers who are on the move of a flying space temple got pulled into Aduna's gravity because I sent some explorers, an expedition down to the bottom of the imprint, and I found these. Starts to go to their through his bag and holds up two like iron statues. One of them masculine, the other one feminine. Both of them tiefling horns. But due to weather worn and old, sort of like just the fact that it's been out in the wild for so long, the actual face details and structure is gone. It's just smooth. And there's a lot of lost detail. And it goes, infernal in nature. Look at that. People, not gods, people, fell from the sky. I surmise that the Dream Hunters, their civilization, were aliens, my friend. Absolute aliens.
So, you found a couple of statues at the bottom of a crater and surmised that aliens fell from the sky. And that is more plausible than the gods descending onto our fine ground here.
Now you're getting it.
Yes, I am. I understand quite clearly now. I'll go back to looking at boats.
Now you got it. Morris, you look at the statue, and it's in the same position that you had in your vision of hands at the side in this dramatic pose.
I was just about to ask about the statues too.
One of them.
So it catches my eye, and I go up to it to try to examine it a little bit more, just to get a look of how like worn it is, and maybe if I could like catch any additional features. I'm not expecting much because of the weather wearing, but at some point I think I would touch it.
If you like reach to touch, he goes, oh, let me see your hand. Okay. Goes into his pocket, puts a glove on it. Goes to the other one, puts another glove. By the base. Hold it by the base. There you go. Careful. It's very old. It's from space. Okay.
You are certain this is from space? This couldn't have been a temple underneath the ground of the imprint before the imprint was made.
Let's make some assumptions here. If it was from the ground, why would there be a dome and crater? It had to fall. Huh?
Yes. Let's also make some assumptions. That if there was a structure underneath the ground where that fall impacted, that structure could have collapsed. And what sort of structure would exist underneath a desert if not a temple of some kind?
Yes.
A temple that may or may not have statues to perhaps ancient gods or deities.
Yes, that's also a plausible thing, that the Dream Hunters flying through space had their own gods. I love it. Expansion. Never thought of that.
Arrow's gonna try to look over Corey's shoulder, to where Moors is standing, and just be like,
I'm gonna look at. So I'm gonna catch Arrow, and then I'm gonna. Oh god, this is too good. I'm gonna look at Legati, and he's gonna see that expression on my face of like.
Legati's gonna look at Mask and make the gesture of Mask's pipe she has. Legati would like some of that. Not gonna get involved in this conversation. This is for Morse to sort out if he chooses to.
I feel like Mask has packed a pipe listening to this and is just highly entertained and is like looking down at Phoenix, slightly concerned while making the coffee, but will just unconsciously hand over the pipe at the.
Yeah, Mage Hand, take the pipe. Mage Hand to like blow the smoke out the window unless this guy smokes in his house. I don't.
I'm gonna just snap back and then continue examining the statue.
Yes,
I
back to our
don't
work.
know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Notes.
I'm not. Mors isn't 100% convinced of a sky-faring people, tieflings of all. I'm not sold on that. But I mean, I am just a tiefling. What do I know?
But the Dream Hunters. Dream Hunters are an interesting civilization. Old. Very old. They existed. Obviously, upon landing, they made the civilization here. My understanding is that they had a tide to the actual unconscious mind that we mortals experience. The ability to view and dictate and archive. Something that can only be expanded if you're out in wild space for so long. So yes, back to our work. Thank you. Gets coffee.
While
Yes.
he's not looking, I'm gonna take my other hand and I'm gonna touch the statue.
Roll me investigation check.
Woo, 17.
17. You're looking at yours, you can assume is yours, and the facial features are weather worn. It's all smooth at this point. It's like a mannequin. Gloved with your finger, trace it across the face, and a piece of the glove fabric gets caught on something, and you kind of lift it up, and so tiny are there small little points where the mouth is. You kind of touch your own tusks.
Huh. I guess as a lore question, how many half-orc tieflings are there in existence? Have I ever come across any?
I don't think you've ever run across another. I think they're a rare
Huh.
breed.
The statue is like somewhat stylized, right? Like Bigglebog would be able to tell if it looked exactly like Morse and Diva who just left.
Yeah, I don't think he's made that connection because it is so weather worn that there's not a lot of facial features. Like, he more than likely is just seeing the tiefling aspect and he goes, there's
Yeah.
tieflings everywhere. You know, why would I associate? They're dead. They're all dead.
I'm gonna ask again. Remind me where we came across these statues again?
The bottom of the imprint, a large crater caused by an impact. Loud and round. It's a trek getting down. I had to pay a pretty penny for a few folks to go down there and to investigate as much as they can. I had to go through the whole legal problems that the kingdom likes to throw in my way to get approval, which is why I like going to the Glassleaf Desert. There's a lot less legal paperwork there. It's just the only problem getting people across nowadays. But yes, history in our backyard.
Huh.
Don't go too far.
How, I would say, how much of the Glass Leech Desert has been explored?
Ooh, I'm not a native of the Unity, so and I'm also not part of the expeditions up there. A lot of mine is contracted work, so I don't exactly know.
Would I have a general estimate of how much has been explored?
I think because it's your backyard. Roll me a history check with advantage.
Whoa! Oh, I'm glad you said with advantage. Context. I rolled a 1, then I rolled a 2.
Oh no!
In order.
So, 7 total.
I mean,
Alright, so now we need to roll like 19 more times.
yeah. I
We'll get there, we'll get there!
We'll get there.
I honestly think that the bare information you would know is there are obviously the cities that are located across the Jeweled Unity. There are pockets of smaller, like desert folk, villages that are around the desert itself. The main sort of center east section of the desert hasn't been fully, or at least hasn't been widely announced that it's been fully explored. So it's kind of like a no man's land for you. I think you're not entirely sure if the higher ups, either that like the ones in charge of all the cities here have done their due diligence to explore or not. You're unsure.
Okay. I'll kind of voice it of like, last time I checked back home, the eastern side hadn't been explored by us regular folk. That may have changed, but that's what I remember.
Have there been ever any sightings or reportings of any structures found in the desert, perhaps pertaining to an ancient civilization or old time, maybe triangular in shape?
Yes, countless. It's hard to associate which outcroppings and sections of structure that's been found in old ruins are part of which civilization. That's still being sussed out. The Arcano civilization has been something that's been widely known and explored. I am kicking myself that I did not jump at the chance to explore it first, but some days you just have to find elsewhere, which is why dream hunters are my prospect.
While he's speaking, Morse has a tantalizing curiosity. He's going to go over to the other statue and look for any particular features that might be on the statue that might remind him of a certain tiefling friend of his who is no longer in the party.
Hint. There are tiefling horns. Again, no facial features. It's very smoothed out and very weather worn. It is a more feminine figure, but that's kind of what you gather from it.
Legati, a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta take him off to the side. So about those statues.
Yes.
Remember that time that we had to go in abroad and we had this entire experience and Diva and I fought over who was going to be royalty and we went back and forth and
Yeah, looking at the statues. Prior to the statues, have we had confirmation? Like, we know that what they saw was, like, accurate or whatever. Like, they did view history.
Mm-hmm.
But have we previously had confirmation that they became history? That they were, like, literally there and shaped the history of the world in this way?
There's been no confirmation.
I think Legati's going to say, shame that rod got destroyed. It was important to get you back, but seems like it was pretty powerful.
are you trying to tell me that we have made a mark on history unwittingly?
The really interesting question is, like, had it already happened? Was this statue there before you were born, before you ever went into the rod? Legati starts doing, time travel, like, logic and thinking through it and everything and muttering to himself.
So if you killed yourself in the past, would that mean you died now?
If you hadn't gone in the rod, what would he have found out in the desert? But it would have already had to happen or not.
But Legati, I died. How could I be here if I died? And if I died here, how could I be there?
Wait, did you
But-
die here?
I mean,
Did I miss?
yeah, I'm saying, like, okay, do you remember how we ended the vision of the rod?
Yes,
Oh,
right. You
that-
died back then, or
It snaps to me. Arrow,
Mhm.
is there any major body of water in that deserty area? Something big, lots of water, a beach, an ocean of any sorts?
Moors, when was the last time you looked at a map?
I don't carry one on me.
Have you heard of the gazing pool?
No. Morse,
Or
I don't
if you
think has
did-
ever explored that area of the world.
We have talked about it above board.
We have talked about it, yes, but have I been there? No.
No, you have.
Yeah, I think it takes a minute for Arrow to realize, like, oh, right, Moors was in the rod for a lot of Spooky Island, so a lot of that context might have gotten lost. And he's like, all right, it's not like in the desert, but it's next to the desert. Gazing pool, magic changey water that points to Legati. Please don't drink. Please don't walk in it. Well,
it's
unless
so
you
far
want to.
away and time to think about it.
I'm like, we
And then there's also a river called the Link.
died, or at least I died, because of a massive tidal wave.
I have to
That probably didn't
clarify
come
something.
from the gazing
Yeah,
pool.
I also have to clarify something here. You didn't
Oh.
die. You saw death imminent, and then you were jettisoned out of the rod as it was broken across the philosopher.
Let's be honest, it's safe to say I wasn't gonna live through that.
Oh, absolutely not.
Come on. I think it's safe to say. Yeah. I cannot shake the sensation that is a statue of me, and I don't know how I feel about it. And I point to the other statue, that's
Oh, would you look at that? I'm gonna pat Moors on the shoulder. You became a hero before you even knew it. At least to this guy. And he'll like kind of vaguely gesture back to his story.
You look over, and Biggle Bob is next to you, Phoenix, going, "This is good coffee. You know, I can actually tell you where I got it."
Do you always stand this close to people?
Huh?
Can you like give me an inch? I know I'm sitting on the floor, on your floor, but
If
you're
you
like,
give someone an inch, they'll take a mile, and I will. What do you need?
just breathing room.
Drink the coffee.
She's not drinking coffee. She's drinking the tea.
Anything else that you guys want to explore right now?
What time is it? It's late, right?
It's late.
Okay. Just an economics question. So when something like this, like what happens in a town like this, do you think there would be a run on healing potion? The way people like stock up on toilet paper and everything when there's like a hurricane.
Are you trying to manipulate the market right now?
No, I think we need them really bad, and we haven't had any in a while, and I wanted to buy them, but I was like, is it already too late? Will it be too late in the morning?
Theory, Legati. If they're already dead, do they need the healing potion?
No, but like if I lived here and I'm like, oh great, now we got robot attacks, that might happen again
Yeah.
tomorrow. I would
Fair.
go buy all the healing potions I could afford. Would like logically, right?
Yeah, you're
The real question.
Yeah.
such a real question.
Is toilet paper to go up in cost?
I think I would associate with an investigation check. This would be signifying you going from like shop to shop. The DC
Yeah, that
would be high.
Yeah. I want to know, like, is it worth doing that now or is everything closed? So I'll try it in the morning.
I think you'd have to do it in the morning.
Okay.
Majority of the
Yeah,
shops were closed for the festival. This happened. Everyone's just sort of staying indoors. There's a lot of, scared people who are just concerned. So probably in the morning, and maybe then probably like late morning, people will start having that mentality of like, maybe we should do something. Like the danger is past, I think, but we don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, so let's get up early and be first in line at Healing Potion Emporium when it opens. Healing Potion Costco.
One potion
load
per
up our carts.
person.
Yeah,
Maybe good time to
Too
mention
limit.
that Legati only has 51 gold pieces, so I could only buy one at the
I
very
got-
most
I
if they were
got
normal
you.
price.
Okay.
I still have
Yeah,
747.
I spent a lot of my money on scrolls and such. Then Legati's good to just chill. He's looking around the place and kind of getting the vibe from Biggle Bob. Is it cool if we just like sleep here? I don't know how big his place is. Do we have to
Sleep?
go find an inn? Yeah.
What regular people
Or
do.
Yeah,
rest or
Oh, yeah, if you want to
meditate.
meditate
Look at
and relax, but no
please.
sleep.
There's a lot. There's so much studying to be done.
Legati looks around and is like, nobody else is human, right?
I think you're the only human.
Yeah, but other people do sleep. Others
Yeah.
of these people do. Yeah.
I had to sleep.
It's like, I mean, I have no shame in it. We've traveled a long way and won a glorious battle, and I did a bunch of spells and stuff. I'm a little tired, so
I have a couch. I have a
couch
chair.
will do. Thank you. Yeah,
Grand.
Gotti will go lay down on the couch.
For those who are going to be staying awake, I'll be telling you the story of the Dream Hunters.
Somebody knocked
Suddenly,
me out.
I feel like I need to sleep.
Rest has attacked us all. Understood? That's fine.
I have the need to sleep, but also there's like a million questions going through my mind, so I guess I will.
Is there any
Listen.
qualms if I look at your metal friend here?
Oh, not at all.
Starts to look at the face structure and the jaws and unhinges one of them and the jaw kind of swings. Oh, I see. Starts to almost like a Lego set, just starts to go, okay, unplug, can disconnect, put that to the side, and gets very OCD with it, gets a label maker and it's starts to label it out, okay, jaw lower half, go to the next one, screw goes to there.
Categorizing the robot. Sorry.
Yeah.
Little tags on each wire where it came from. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him. What materials is this made out of?
I'll have to assess in a bit, but I can already tell that there's a bit of leather with sort of inlined metal wiring and strips of metal. So that's interesting. A lot of it is steel, as far as I can tell.
You think how easy would it be to repurpose a lot of this material?
It would be difficult, but not impossible. Could you give me a few years? You can. Great. Good.
Huh? I mean, I tell him I just wanted to see if we could turn it into scrap and maybe make something useful out of it.
Useful. It's built for what it's supposed to be.
A robotic assassin?
Every civilization has had their horrors, and we need to understand what those horrors are to learn from them. Whether it is something that we should avoid, or it is something that we can adopt, or change, or alter. That is what history teaches us, is we need to know it and not avoid it. So it might be an assassin, a creature of ill will, but we just need to understand how it was made and how it functions, simply to teach ourselves.
All right, I guess. I don't know too much.
Well, sit down. Let me tell you. And grabs the old man hand, grabs her. Yeah, sit down.
Hopefully this will help me sleep.
So the Dream
Yes,
Hunters
please. Yes.
flying through space, and starts to prattle off about that.
I probably would go to Phoenix, who's been sitting on the floor and has kind of stepped away while he's rambling on about everything. And kind of be like, are you okay?
I would say I'm fine, but I get told that that's a lie a lot of the time.
Well, I mean, if you're actually fine, that's fine. but like we just went through some stuff, and definitely looks like what we were talking about was not a happy place for you. So, I mean, I know I'm new, but that just means that I have no judgment.
What part of Mosted are you from, Mask?
I'm not from Mosted, but I've spent a fair amount of time in a lot of different places there. I'm from, you know what? I'll tell you the truth. I'm from the Feywild.
That's cool. I've never been there.
It's a weird place. Fun at times, terrifying at others.
Sounds like home. You ever been near Anburn?
Have I, Mike?
No, you've never actually been to Amber. You're aware of it. It is a lone island that's to the east of Mosted. It houses a very active volcano called the Flare Crest. It is slowly becoming a little bit more modernized. There's a lot more trade, but you've really had no interest or even real no purpose to go there. Yeah, I think you haven't been there yet.
Not a place I visited. I'm aware of it. It seems toasty.
Toasty and dangerous. It's attached to a jungle that most things will kill you. That's where I'm from.
That would explain why you are just beautiful and built to endure.
She doesn't take compliments well, so she's just like, you know how to take that. I don't like, thank you, I think. The idea of somebody preying on other people's imperfections. Or what they deem imperfect.
I understand that intimately. There is something very deeply unsettling about the concept of perfecting anything in my mind, because it's been a short while, but I think I tend to agree with Legati when it comes to everything. It really should change. Things growing stagnant. It just doesn't suit, and that means imperfection, and I kind of think of it like jazz music. You take these little changes and you build on them, and it makes this beautiful thing, and without those imperfections, yeah, no, I don't, it doesn't sit well with me.
Let's just say where I'm from, that concept might be accepted if you don't look like everybody else. And she kind of gestures to herself. I don't look like anybody where I'm from. I'm a painful reminder of the history there.
Oh, that sucks. Because I find that indigenous cultures provide the best music and food, and I'm a fan of music and food. So I'm really sorry. It makes me want to visit that island even less. It's not
that I'm not native to there. That's not the problem. It's that I am not human, nor am I giant kid, even though they like to think I am. Let's say, long story short, most people there got imprisoned by fire giants, and they cannot disassociate this from that.
That makes sense. And I'm just glad you're here with us now, because you are wonderful, and any place that would judge you otherwise really doesn't need to be where you're going to be. Unless you have family there that you care about, and then it gets tricky.
It gets tricky. But I don't know if I'll go back anytime soon.
That's fair. And in the meantime, I'm down to help fix this issue with these crazy evil scientists trying to take away art and music and diversity and culture and all of the lovely things that I like. So we'll handle all that emotion over here. And if we need to go back to your place to kick some butt or change some minds, we'll handle that when we get there.
Let's leave that last on the docket. I have no intention of going back anytime soon.
Fair. This man has really good hot beverages. I don't know where he gets them, but this is exceptional.
I'm sorry you keep getting put into our really intense moments. Doesn't seem like you get a break and you've only been with us for like 24 hours.
I find that one of the most positive things about my attitude is I'm inherently curious. And this is some of the most interesting situations I have been in a long time, and I have enjoyed this as just a spark of curiosity and following a thread because I'm having fun.
I need to drink whatever you're drinking in the morning, and she gets up and she'll go back to the other room.
I'll probably go steal my pipe back from Legati too.
Yeah, I'm done with that. I'm dozing.
Arrow, why don't you roll me a perception check?
Oh joy. Flat or
Flat.
yeah, because it's nighttime, right? 8.
8. I think with an 8, right now, you look at Morris, who is sitting by sort of the study table, while Corey is currently tearing things apart, labeling them, and slowly is expanding out the sort of the part list. You can't help but holding the harvester, kind of just. You can hear the discussion happening with Phoenix and Mast. You can look over to the right and sort of see Legati kind of finishing up a little bit of the pipe or whatever he's currently doing to get ready for a night's sleep. And there is this feeling to loom just around this study space. It's like, I have to... Something calls. And it's not for a moment that you notice that Moore's shadow looks like shifting ink blots, just, and then you kind of double check it and it's gone. And I think it puts you in like almost like a red alert a little bit, almost concerned, and just gripping the harvester close, and there's a sort of the stoic feeling of, okay, I'm just gonna be on a open seas, storm time. Everyone has their ears up, and so am I.
Got it. I'll be keeping eyes on the shadows in particular.
Yeah. Anything else before I would assume we all have a long rest?
Do I learn anything from the theme about the Dream Watchers?
Too much for you to even withhold. It's a lot of...
God.
They used to call... they were those scribes. They used to call them nappers, as far as I'm aware. They would fall asleep, they would have a little nap, they would have visions, and they would write down what they found out in the morning. That's where we got the term dream journals. And it starts to go on and on and on about that.
Is there anything I can get from what he said that might have had a correlation with the thing I experienced in the rod?
No.
Great. I sat there. Great. Yeah. Oh, you don't say. Oh, really? That's fascinating. Yeah.
I'll say
no.
Yeah. I didn't say anything, but I'm happy you're enthused. Great.
Oh, yes. Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and everyone go and take your long rest. As for us, the players, let's take a little short break. So let's take a little 10-minute break and we'll be back with what the morning holds for you guys. So see you in a bit. And we're back. Everyone has had kind of a misplaced night of sort of sleeping off on coffee, taking a doze on the couch, falling asleep on the floor, maybe even the chair that's been lifted here. Morris, you definitely find yourself waking up as you are like face planted, like you are back at school situation on the study desk, just like a little piece of paper just fixes to the cheek. You have to peel off.
He's not there, is he?
No, he's not with you, but you see that there are about 7 cups of coffee that have been left out.
Oh, thank God.
You hear there's some sounds in the alleyway. It looks like he's throwing out trash right now.
Oh,
Quick,
thank
return to
God.
your sleep.
A sweet moment of respite. Thank God.
I am essentially going to just, like, when I wake from my trance, like, looking around at everything, kind of keeping an eye on it, but specifically Moore's. So, Arrow's just kind of sitting on the ground against the wall, staring at Moore's.
Yeah.
Do I notice this as I wake up?
I mean, I don't think it's that strange for you to notice. Like people just, good morning, hi.
But the thing is, she didn't say good morning. Or he didn't say good morning. He's just staring at me as I slept.
Arrow, roll me. I'll give you the option of either investigation or perception.
I'll do investigation. Not that it matters. They are the same score. 16.
Hey.
Better.
The soles of Moore's shoes are the origami paper, and they extend out to the shadow, which look like chalk. Well, not chalk, like charcoal etchings, his shadow. And so when he moves, like the chalk shifts with. I keep saying chalk.
I'll get up and kind of start wandering over. Keep my voice a little low for anyone else still sleeping. You feeling alright?
Oh, hey, good morning. Have you been there the whole time?
Yes.
Have you been watching me the whole time?
I've been keeping watch.
Okay,
I'm an
that's
elf.
fair.
I
That's
rest
fair.
for 4 hours.
That's fair. Is he
No.
gone?
Who?
I forget his name. What was his name?
Bigglebug.
Bigglebot. You hear in the alleyway, Daisy, Daisy.
Like shudder a little bit. Oh God, he went on for hours.
Uh-huh. No, seriously.
What?
You feeling okay?
I mean, I could sleep some more, but sure. Yeah. How about you?
Fine. And I'm gonna glance down again to the soles of Moore's shoes.
Do you step on the shadow or do you like disturb it?
Yeah, I think I'll keep the harvester in my hand, not like threateningly, but like I'm carrying it, and I'll kind of poke at his shadow with the end of it.
You disturb the charcoal, and Morris, you're still waking up, kind of roll the neck, going, yeah, I guess so. Is he still there? The whole like conversation, and boom, and you start to hear laughter in the back of your head. Morris, you kind of instantly sort of like straighten the back.
Oh.
You get a snippet of a vision of broken ink, an amorphous entity, vision of the original silhouetted lost hero, the forgotten beast. Laughter and cries and caws from a creature. Kind of snap back.
Huh. What was that?
What was what?
What did you do?
And I'm gonna look back. Is his shadow still kind of charcoal?
No.
And his shoes, are they back to normal too?
Back to normal.
Do we know anything about what's going on with the paper stuff? Did we address that and learn anything?
I don't think we fully investigated what's happening.
Okay, then he'll ask. The papers. The ones you've been collecting.
What about him?
Do we know for sure if they're cursed?
I mean, to answer your question, no. But why would we think they're cursed? It's the pages of the Book of Heroes.
I don't know, Moors. Maybe because you've been turning into paper?
Wait, what?
You know this, Morris. Let's break the tension here. You knew you turned your hand into paper once to get a compass.
Yeah, on purpose.
Huh.
You asked for a pencil.
I mean, maybe it's some power. I don't know. Maybe it's something cool, some cool ability. I have no idea. I mean, I can't say that I've spent time looking into it, and I don't have the ability to determine if this is a curse or not. I mean, do you know anybody who could do that?
The Gotti knows things sometimes, but otherwise maybe we ought to play it a little bit safer.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Where's the Gotti anyway?
Points to couch.
Phoenix is trying to wake him up because you said he wanted to get up early.
We gotta get potions. We're gonna miss the morning rush.
Gotta get the potions.
The potions, Legati! The
Legati,
potions!
I like to imagine with his keen mind feature, Legati opens his eyes, sees the light, and goes,
Potions.
"It's 7:30 a.m."
The sun, 78 degrees to the east.
Yeah, just calculations. The whole 7:28.
Hey, Legati, are you awake, buddy?
Yes, of course. It's potion time.
Ah, right. Yes, but before that, just a quick question for you. Can you detect curses by chance?
That is not on the list of things that I can do. Do you believe yourself to be cursed?
No, but on
Yes.
the off chance, maybe?
His face is not still paper. Did all the paperness go away?
Yeah, he looks normal. Flesh and blood.
Well, what seems to be the problem?
The paper.
Paper, apparently?
Oh, right, the paper stuff. I thought you liked that.
I think it's a power that's bestowed upon the hero, but apparently Arrow thinks otherwise, so I'm... Cause for concern is what I'm saying.
Paper hero,
Doesn't
I can
feel
see that, but also curse of paper. Equally likely, I suppose.
To be fair, you have the most cursed items, Legati. So, I mean, if anybody's got expertise.
Exactly.
Managing, certainly. Is there something that you're doing that is causing the paper thing? I know you summoned a compass and that sort of thing. Your face, it's better now, but it was paper for a bit. If we could figure out a trigger that's causing it, then don't do that, I guess.
Existing?
Yeah, we don't want to stop that.
Yeah. The back door opens.
Above
You
table,
hear the
sorry.
hum of Biggle Bobby goes, "Oh, everyone's awake. Good. Study partner, you're awake as well.
I think he's going to go with us to get potions.
Oh, are you taking off?
Yep.
Then I
Yes, we have to hit the market. We have to go get some potions, right? Right?
Oh,
Scotty?
Mr. Moxon, may I have an ask? if you are heading out, are you heading towards back to Outlock, or maybe Helenate, or maybe into the Unity?
Well, like, out of character, before we leave the city, I want to know if he figured anything out about the metal or about Teller's skull or whatever, because I have no other leads after him. Yeah, but I could have told him about our plans. We're heading east. Our immediate destination is Helenate. We have something to take care of.
As you mentioned, he goes, okay, let's put a few things on the table here. So last night, while my study partner was asleep, I went ahead and looked at multiple aspects because I had to take a break. There was a lot of parts to unwind, especially with the automaton. But through the means that I have here, I was able to form the metal, and it did not work with standard smithing tools. Heat and standard molding techniques didn't actually work, which allowed me to go in sort of a different direction. I think it's quite an interesting find to figure that this material is very much tied to transmutation. Grabs the a cloak, just to undo it, and you see the copper ore has been reshaped into a tuning fork. The sounds from this will not only amplify your own intuned transmutation abilities, but it should help out your skeletal friend, as far as I'm aware. I don't know if it will fully break from whatever effect you're trying to accomplish here, but it certainly will crack the dam.
That is that is remarkable and potentially very helpful. Would you recommend I try it now, or do I need to wait for a particular
I would
moment?
love to see it in action, to be honest.
All right, Legati takes the tuning fork and smacks it on something that'll make it resonate.
And as you do so, the voice of Teller becomes a little bit more silent, and you see on the skull a physical hairline crack starts to spread from the top of the skull out.
I think that's good.
And what you gain from Soren's tuning fork is, and this is, I'm leaving it up to discussion, your transmutation limitations, like on material, has now been widely expanded. We will need to have a discussion whenever you want to utilize the extended version of this. So if you're like, I want to transmutate rope into chain link or whatever it may be, we can have a discussion on how that can be a thing. It still has the same limitations that the spell offers, so it still takes that amount of time. It still takes time to do it, but with this object that is affixed to transmutation, it greatly enhances your already existing abilities.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm, listening to the resonance of the tuning fork and like looking around and imagining, like, hey, that chair could become made of cheese or whatever else.
Yes.
So it enhances. So it doesn't actually enhance the process, but it allows you access to more recipe.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to change this carpet into a tomato.
Apparently, we're making sandwiches. We got cheese. We got
Hello?
I need to get breakfast after the potions. I thank Mr. Bigglebog enthusiastically, and I'll have to commune with Teller when I'm able to and see if he feels what else he feels is necessary. But it seems like this is a very important step.
Perfect. Grand. I do have an ask, and you're obviously inclined. You don't have to accept it or take this upon yourself. But if you are headed towards Helenate or anywhere close towards the imprint, I would certainly like a little bit more adventuring eyes. Now, I did hire a few expedition crewmates to go towards them, but they were fairly green. And I think it would be beneficial for those who, and kind of motions to all of you, who've been walking around, exploring the city and the lands, especially if you're traveling with this one. But motions to Legati, he's been to places you're not supposed to. So it would be beneficial on my own front to have more expert eyes. I don't have a lot of money. I spent a lot already on the previous expedition, but if you're willing to take a 400 gold piece payment for your crew, I would greatly appreciate any letters or knowledge you can pass on to me after you explore the imprint.
Does anyone here wholeheartedly object to stopping by the imprint at some point?
Psst, Lagati. Psst.
Yeah.
Mask is probably drinking his very expensive coffee again this morning and smoking a pipe and is like, opposed? No, and kind of steps forward to take the money.
I mean, we're kind of going there anyway.
Yeah, we're going to be
Diva
in the region. Moors, yes.
Diva would suggest you take more.
Do you have any of this good coffee to take with us on expeditions? They tend to be quite uncomfortable, and that tea was delicious as well. And if you don't have extra, I understand. What store here in town can we purchase it from?
I have 2 bags of each. I could sacrifice one of each.
Deal.
Oh, God. Gets a bag of
Gotti
gold.
is not a shrewd negotiator and doesn't care much about the exact number of gold pieces. So he wanted to go there anyway. He would have done it.
Moors is
Yeah.
not
I can,
cooking well with Diva's.
I can
anyway.
hear an angry diva somewhere out in the wild right now.
That's
Pat
for
you on the back.
600.
Well, it's her fault for possibly creating the imprint in the first place, maybe. But Lagatti's not going to say that out loud. We're still not quite sure how that worked.
Why would a god fall from the sky? That's silly.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Okay.
All right,
400
400
gold
gold
pieces.
pieces. Write that down.
Some tea.
I'll write it down.
Some tea, some coffee. I have if you are making your way towards Helenate, again, I am not on a time crunch here. Plenty of time with old gnomes. We've got all the time in the world. Do you need a carriage? How are you transporting to Helenate?
Yeah, we were gonna walk. I have a little like wagon thing that I made, but you can't like ride in it. It's not big enough. So what do you suggest?
Old Betsy.
It's always a good sign.
Intriguing.
Yeah. Goes to leads you outside, and you see that there is this rough-looking carriage. One of the wheels is about an inch larger than the other one, so it definitely rides to the side.
Oh, he's twitching. Arrow's twitching.
We can even it out. We all got.
Arrow. You grab onto Phoenix, and you're just like, "Help me, help me."
We can even it out. Don't look.
Triggers.
Don't look at it.
Lose it.
Beautiful machine. We'd be honored.
Don't say that, Legati. You're gonna give frickin' Arrow an aneurysm.
You
I don't
should
wanna
see.
walk if we don't have to.
We don't
beast
have
of-
to walk. We can just even it out.
And my beast of burden been with us for a while. Starts to go to a nearby stable, pulls out this white horse with sort of gray sort of fur and hair underneath where the hooves meet. It walks with sort of that. It's that type of hair, that type of horse breed where the hair goes over the eyes, so you can't really see the eyes as it starts to sway as it walks forward. It bucks up just to sort of get the hair out of the face and starts to walk in a direction. Perfect. All the provisions are in the pack. There's a stable in Helenate. Feel free to leave it there. I'll always send someone to go pick it up.
Wonderful. We will do exactly that. Thank you.
Grand. I can't wait to see what stories and elements we find within the imprint. Oh. Anyways, please send letters when you can.
We'll do.
When we make the discovery that gods have fallen from the sky, we will let you know.
You'll need a lot of serious evidence to support that theory.
God
We know.
fell from sky. Ask him
Go back
anything.
inside.
Gods falling from the sky. Ah! Closes the door.
You go buy potions. I'm fixing this, and I will immediately start pull my bag off my shoulder and start trying to fix it.
Do you want help?
Nope.
You're shaving off an inch off the other one, so it just becomes even. You're just like, come on.
And if I fuck that up, I'll do it again on all of them. I whatever it takes.
Morse is gonna say to Arrow, I mean, this is a smart man we're talking about here. He's certainly not, how do I phrase this? He has much knowledge. Maybe this was it's supposed to work like this. Maybe it's designed this way.
You can be smart and not street smart. Moore's that looks like a closer. I just don't want to say it because when she points to Arrow's eye twitching.
I have much to learn.
Smart people make mistakes.
He says, I have much to learn, and everyone around us here, hear Morse go,
You swallow something?
Yeah, hold on. Arrow stops what he's doing and looks over.
You have an allergic reaction? Need me to hit you?
What?
Are you okay?
he goes, opens his mouth, what's going on? And his tongue is paper. So is his throat. Something feels wrong. Something feels real wrong. You try to swallow and you can't. Your mouth is not producing any saliva. It's just... you take a deep breath and it sounds like a bag, in your throat, just... you're looking down, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. You hear almost like a cry of a beast. No one else sort of sees that as you kind of turn. You turn and your hips don't move, just your waist, and from your hips, it is your clothing and everything starts to become paper. Just text from a book imprints in your mind as you hear a lost hero, a forgotten beast, one fought in stories while the book showcases your heroics. However, it must also account the struggles and the effects of evil. How would a heroic one stop an unforgiving evil? Great sacrifices need to be made. Hands starting to become paper. You are starting to feel that sort of paper thinness of your throat as you're kind of trying to sound out words, and finally you're able to get a few of them out. Morse, it is a feeling of... you can feel your consciousness starting to fade away. And for a brief moment, you're able to shape the words you need to say. You are fading. What are your words to the party?
I'm going to look at them, and in a face that Morse has never made, in a face of sheer confusion, terrified, uncertain, look at everyone and say, "Help me."
His form condenses. The only thing that doesn't condense with him within his sort of jacket pocket is the book. Everything solidifies into the book itself as it drops onto the floor beneath within the alley next to this cart. And that's what we're going to call today's session.
Just traumatize everyone on that street.
Yeah, we're in
the
random.
house, on
What the hell's going on? A goer just sort of passing by.
Oh God, not the potions! Not the potions!
It would have been really funny if Morris took the coins. That's what I want to say right now. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us here for episode 42. We'll join you guys next time. Bye.